In the middle of the night, Sophie was hiding under the covers reading a book, when suddenly a pair of large hands reached in through the balcony and grabbed her. The giant carried Sophie away, and soon they arrived at a huge cave. Sophie was hung on a tree branch along with the blanket. She poked her head out to observe her surroundings. The giant was sharpening a knife, and she was very afraid. She saw a window nearby, so she slowly climbed along the tree trunk to the window. She pushed the window open with all her strength, but accidentally knocked over something on the windowsill, alerting the giant. The giant approached Sophie, who trembled in fear. The next moment, she fell into a frying pan. The giant flipped the pan, and Sophie rolled around in it. Sophie begged the giant not to eat her. The giant told her not to speak loudly, as it would attract the other giants outside who ate humans, but he didn't eat humans. Sophie looked at the old giant's smile and breathed a sigh of relief. At dinner time, the old man was drinking a green liquid, and Sophie noticed that the gas was moving downward. The next moment, the old man started farting wildly, and the sound was so loud that Sophie almost fell off the table. The huge sound attracted the attention of other giants. One of the giants smelled the scent of humans and came to the cave, searching everywhere for Sophie. In a panic, Sophie hid inside the large pumpkin on the table. The giant couldn't find Sophie and was feeling a little hungry, so he picked up the pumpkin on the table and stuffed it into his mouth. The old man, in a panic, said that the pumpkin was poisonous and couldn't be eaten. The giant quickly threw away the pumpkin, and Sophie escaped danger. After the giant left, Sophie crawled out of the pumpkin, covered in pumpkin slime. The old man helped her wash herself clean and changed her into clean clothes. He then placed Sophie in a wooden boat, which would be her sleeping place for the night. After Sophie fell asleep, the old man went to his workshop. He took down a red jar filled with nightmares. He then performed a series of actions, holding it above his head and shaking it back and forth. Suddenly, Sophie woke up and found the giant lying on the deck, sleeping soundly. This was the perfect opportunity to escape, and she successfully fled the cave. Running wildly across the grass, suddenly, a large hen emerged from the ground, blocking Sophie's path. She screamed for help, but the giant in the distance chose to ignore her. She was lifted high into the air and then devoured by the giant. When Sophie woke up, she realized it had been a nightmare. It turned out that the old man had created the nightmare for Sophie to deter her from trying to escape.